Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be creating the interior for this building that we created last week on last week's video. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. But yeah, we're going to be creating the interior to all the apartments in this building and the ground floor, which I'm thinking will be a department store because I think that really goes with big windows. And I feel like if you're walking past something with big windows, you would just expect there to be like some sort of product being sold to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light up the interior with these brand new light blocks because they are awesome. So what I'm going to do is just add in this tile floor that I started at the front here. It's quite subtle, but I think that it looks really good. So I finished building the floor and now we move on to the walls because as you can see from the outside it looks just like a normal window, but from the inside it really needs like 3 or 4 layers of depth to look like that. So we sort of need to make internal walls so it doesn't look like all the windows are sticking out. So what I've done here, I really like to use like pillar or vertically textured blocks, because then with a high ceiling like this it makes you look up, it draws your eyes upwards, and it accentuates how tall the room is. So we've got stripped dark oak logs facing upwards like this, and then we have quartz pillar, and that is a lot of contrast, but I think that the quartz pillar it just looks like department store wallpaper. And the dark oak is just tying in the accents into the interior. This is going to be a bit of an issue, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll make a lift in this corner because then that will take us up to the apartments in the next 3 stories. Am I familiar with what this is supposed to look like? Not really, but it's okay. If I just make this continue up like an elevator shaft like that, I think that that's fine, honestly. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but I think you understand what it's meant to be. And what I did in the original build is every time there was a floor, I put in cut sandstone, which is really helpful from the inside when I'm trying to figure these things out, because then I know that there will be floor here, and so I know where to place things in relation to how it looks outside. And on top of this window, I'll just put it in like that. I mean, it's not going to look great from the outside, but it's fine. I probably should have thought about when I was building the exterior. And for things like here, I'm just going to break this and then put the quartz pillars on top of it, so I'm not too fussed about it. I think adding wallpaper when you have a big build like this one is just one way to make it look a little bit more like you're building the interior rather than just furnishing the outside walls on the inside of a build. It really just makes it look more real, because when you like go to a real building, they usually have like wallpaper, like they have internal walls and external walls, and it's not the same material, so I think it looks quite nice. And then I think what always helps is plotting out where you want everything to be. So I'm gonna like figure out the walkways, but yeah, maybe like walkways like that. That's kind of cute. And then what am I going to put everywhere? Maybe I'll put a block with an armor stand on them here, and here, and definitely here, and right when you walk in. And then I'll put tables with item frames on them here. I don't know, how do department stores work? And honestly, I think that's pretty good. And I'm just going to use the stripped dark oak for everything pretty much, and just sort of make it up as I go, I suppose. So what I've done is just filled in the wall, aside from the red one, with armor stands, and I've just made it out of stripped dark oak logs and dark oak slabs. And so you can see with the red, you can just walk around, and it sort of creates this illusion of there being passageways in the department store without there actually being walls or anything, but it does give you a quite specific route to take. So now obviously I'm going to take out the red wool, because that was just there as a visual aid. And now I'm going to start on the floor for the next story. And what I want this to be is both a floor but also a ceiling. So I think I'm going to make it out of dark oak stripped logs, just because I think that they're cool. I really like them as a block, and especially as a flooring block. And then around the edges, what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this dark oak slabs and just go around the edges like this. And once I light that up, it will look quite good, because it will look like there is some sort of like skirting on the ceiling, and it will give that sort of old feel, while also looking quite nice. Yeah, we finished the first floor, and then this elevator is never going to work, and I'm never going to make it work. But if we come up to this floor, we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle as to what the floor plan looks like. And I'm not sure, because usually I'd either do like really small rooms, or there will be one apartment per level. And I'm thinking one apartment per level, or maybe two. Let's get some wool out and figure this out. I'm also just going to sort of spam light blocks so everyone can see, because I think that when you walk out the elevator you want at least 3 blocks. And then again another 3 blocks. But then if you were to make this apartment only go to here, then you could have another one there, which I think could be nice. An apartment there and an apartment here. Where would you walk in? I think you turn around and then you go in here. And there's a bedroom. Maybe there's even like a coat rack there. And you go into the bedroom there. I think that could be really cute. And then there's like a living... Maybe there's like a living room over here. Actually, no, this can be the kitchen. I think that that's good. This looks really messy, probably. But I'm going to build up some walls. I'm going to see how it looks. And then we can add in some details. So what I've decided to do for these walls is have sort of like a base block. I did this downstairs as well, with the dark oak stripped logs and then the quartz pillars. But up here, I decided to use jukeboxes because I think they're quite warm. They're like a nice block. I think they're a nice skirting board. And then I've put brown terracotta on top of that. I tried dark oak planks, but I'm beginning to realize I really don't like the texture of the planks. I think there's too much going on, and for a wall where it's going to be constant, I don't think it fits the vibe of this building. But the jukeboxes, or the note blocks, sorry, go very well with brown, so I decided to use brown terracotta, which is basically the same as dark oak, but it's a little bit more muted, a little bit lighter, and it doesn't have an awful texture. So what I want to do is furnish the apartment now. So I'm going to put a door in here, and then I think I'm going to have something sprucey in here. Maybe something like that. And then I'll put some armor stands in here. And I feel like those really look like hanging knobs. Like knobs that you can put your clothes on. Like a coat rack. So I think that's quite cute. I'm gonna put a bit of armor on here as well. And I think that's like nice. And then I think we can put some barrels up the top here. So there's a little bit of storage up there. I think that looks really cute. I'm going for sort of like a cozy look. And then over here for the kitchen, I'm just going to put some benches around. Not quite sold on this. Maybe we'll go for a modern kitchen, but I don't know how that works. I'm actually going to bring this bricks up over here as well, just so that there's not like a weird line of sandstone. And then in the kitchen, of course, you need a fridge. So I think iron and an iron door for that. And then just an oven, so I would use a smoker with some rails and maybe a brick exhaust. Or maybe even just a single stove, honestly, because I don't like how it connects to the window. That's quite cute. And I suppose over here, oh, I suppose that's alright. Then we can add in some dark oak, almost like bar stools, because they always look quite good. Even like a nice light. I think the floor and the ceiling will be the same, so if we just cover this up with dark oak logs, then we should be able to work on ceiling details. I'm also going to do what I did downstairs and grab some slabs, just because I think it just makes the roofs look nicer, and especially because they are quite tall roofs, I think that it doesn't really make it look any more cramped. So yeah, that's always nice. Having a nice lantern there, and if you just put signs around it, I've seen this design a couple times, it is 100% not my own, but I think it looks really nice. And really, making the interior to builds in Minecraft is really just about figuring out what you're trying to create and basically making it as best you can. There's not really a perfect way to do it. I think almost like, I don't know if I want to cover this window up like this and make that its own windowsill sort of inside. I think that looks fine. The most annoying thing about windows is that when you look at them from the inside, they're not nearly as pretty as the outside. But I think that's alright. You can look out, it's nice. A bed head here. Beds, maybe green beds? That's a nice bed. And then paintings are really good for fixing up blank walls. Maybe a carpet rug. And even just a small plant there. Maybe. And even if we just break off one of these and put a small plant there, that's quite cute. And then in here, this is the bathroom. I can't really change the floor. So I'm just gonna grab some quartz and some iron trap doors and a button. And then a hopper and a blue banner. There's some spruce trapdoors around it because honestly, why not? And a tripwire hook, which I think works really well as a sink tap. Looms are becoming my best friend for smaller details. I think that's cute for a mirror. And that's pretty much it. And I'll put in some lighting here once I put the ceiling on. And the last thing to do is the little living area. Bookshelves are always really cute, so I'll add some of those in here. And then I'll add in a little nice corner lounge here. And even if I can't put two black banners there, that is disappointing. But if I put two of those there, that still doesn't look very good, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe that's pretty horrible. Maybe I'll just put some pot plants over here and pretend that there was nothing ever. So I think cauldron with water and then some leaves, maybe some jungle and azalea leaves. That's cute. And then we have ourselves an apartment. And here we are, here is the final build. the interior of the bottom level of this apartment building, which has been turned into a department store. And the beautiful apartments upstairs. We've got a coat rack, a beautiful living space, a kitchen area, a bedroom with a beautiful window, and a small bathroom. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another video.